Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new around here. Today we are on board with Noly in two 2v2 matches, two replays, both on board with Noly. In this replay he is on the same team as Garrett, and that's an insane passing play. Oh my god, off the rip, top right corner for Noly, and an unreal pass from Garrett. We're going to have to rewatch that. I've barely even got into the video, and we've just seen a crazy goal like that. So Garrett spots Noly off the ceiling. Really good vision from Garrett, by the way, to see Noly up there waiting for that. And that's an unbelievable shot to the top right corner from Noly. Yeah, great start. Maybe these guys should team. Anyway, Noly, we're talking about him because, well, I think maybe he is probably a little bit underappreciated at the moment. He did put out a tweet the other day saying that he gets a lot of hate, or not, I don't know if it's hate, but a lot of comments that say basically he gets carried and it's all Appjack and Chronic. That couldn't be further from the truth, in my opinion. That's just ridiculous. I feel like Noly does go underappreciated a little bit. He's probably the least spoke about. And I get it, you know, when Appjack's putting up the numbers he is, right? Fair enough, people are going to talk about that. That's fine, that's normal. But I don't think people see, just because Noly might not always have the numbers doesn't mean he's not doing the work. Really smart plays there as well in the background if you just slide that. But Noly does a hell of a lot of work off of the ball and to enable his teammates to be able to pull off the things they do. You know, Appjack wouldn't have them numbers if it wasn't for Noly. And same with Chronic as well. You know, Appjack and Chronic wouldn't have those numbers if it wasn't for Noly, and vice versa as well. You know, Chronic wouldn't have the numbers if it wasn't for Appjack or for Noly. You know, it's a good mixture in that team. And for me, Noly probably another unbelievably smart play again. Great 50 from Noly. He's making it look so easy, so casual in this game at the moment. Effortless plays from Noly, and yeah, I just feel like I do feel like he goes underappreciated. I don't think he gets spoke about as much as he should for the strengths that he brings to that GenG team. He is a massive part of that team, and without him, that team would not be the same. It just would not be the same. They couldn't. I don't think they could put any player in that team that would fill the same kind of boots that Noly does. There probably are players, but right now, Noly brings something so unique, I feel like, to every team that he's been on, that not many players actually do. And I think a lot of teams lack what Noly brings. And in my opinion, Noly brings that thing where he has insane mechanics, by the way. He just doesn't need to show them all the time, you know, because he's got the simplicity, the basics down to a T. He does them so well and so effortlessly. He really can enable his teammates to do the things that they do, and he's not just an enabler. I'm not just saying that. Like I said, he's got insane mechanics. He can absolutely pop off and be top scorer whenever he wants to be in any game, but that's not his role. He knows his role, and he is such a good professional that, you know, he plays that role perfectly. He plays that sort of unselfish role, selfless role, I should say, perfectly. You know, he's such an unselfish player, and you know, if he can spot a pass, he'll probably pick the pass over the shot 9 times out of 10. If he thinks the pass is the better play, you know, he's going to pass the ball because he really is just an unselfish player. And a lot of the time, that's what enables GenG to be so good and so efficient with their plays, because Noly rarely, in my opinion, makes a mistake when it comes to picking out a pass, picking out his teammates, knowing what the best play is in the heat of the moment. I feel like Noly is one of the best players for doing that. So yeah, I think he does go underappreciated a little bit, and I don't think it's warranted at all. Is he underrated? I think a lot of people know how good Noly is, so maybe underrated isn't the right word, but underappreciated is probably a better fitting word, I feel like. And you've just seen in the game in the background as well, if you've been watching, the kind of things he can do, the kind of effortless but selfless plays that he makes, you know, or unselfish plays that he makes. Even that there, just that little bump, just to knock the opposition off the ball without scoring an own goal, helping Garrett to make the save a little bit easier and to stop a really good shot coming in. You know, it's just things like that. He's got this, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, they do concede there. They are 4-3 down in this game. But he's got this prowess about him on the pitch, in my opinion, that not a lot of players have. Really not a lot of players have at all. And I think he really is the perfect fit for Appjack and Chronic. And we're going to continue watching the rest of this game and maybe touch on that subject a little bit more in the second replay, but a minute and a half left in this game. And I am considering possibly starting up a podcast at some point, maybe just to upload to YouTube, maybe once a week, maybe not even that often, I don't know. It just depends the kind of guests I can get on, really. But I feel like there's a lot of talk to be had with a lot of the Rocket League scene, and it would just be mostly about gaming, not just Rocket League, not just strictly Rocket League, but gaming in general. Yeah, that's just something that I would like to start. Another pre-jump pass there between these two. Garrett up really early, Noly spotting it. But yeah, just to touch on the podcast thing again, that's just something, a little idea. It might not come to fruition for a while, but it's just a little idea. Great pass from Noly, proving the points that I made earlier. You know, he could have taken that solo, but nope, he spotted the infield pass to Garrett. A really good pass and a really good shot from Garrett G as well into the bottom left corner to tie this game up 4-4. Only 40 seconds remaining though, so they're going to have to get themselves another goal sometime soon if they don't want this to go to overtime. Again, another infield pass from Noly. Unselfish plays, as always, from the main man. And every team he's been on, he's done that. Every single team. He was the same on Carmine Corp, on Guild, and now on GenG, and the other teams that he's been on as well. You know, he's always been that player. You know, on Carmine Corp, he allowed Astral and Itachi to do their thing a lot of the time. He really did. And that's why Carmine Corp then was so good. And I felt like he linked well with Astral and Itachi, to be honest. I think I was one of the many people that were surprised that team disbanded. Obviously for the better, because Carmine Corp are arguably the best team in the world. I think at the moment, GenG probably take that. Because, well, it's hard to say because Carmine Corp have been in a lot of finals as well. It's hard to say until they play each other, really. But yeah. Overtime in this game, 4 goals each. Just going to adjust my mic slightly there. I do apologise for that. But Noly now looking to take over here. He's going to try and get a second block on the ball there, but not quite happening for himself. And they're going to have to do a little bit defending here. Garrett and Noly. It's a good solid 50 from Garrett, and it's going to almost release Noly, but the orange team do just get an extra touch to take the ball away from Noly there before he can return the ball into the opposition net. Garrett now up and looking to make a play in front of the orange team. Almost sneaking it through. He did take one player out of the game momentarily. Noly now. Oh, such an awkward shot, but look at that from Noly. Such an unconventional shot. It looked unconventional, but he just made it look so effortless. I mean, how can you underappreciate this guy, honestly? He's got the brains, but he's got the mechanics. This is what I'm saying. He's not all out mechanics, but when he needs to be, he can do stuff just like this. We'll watch it again. Really good first touch off the ceiling. Well, say off the ceiling, didn't quite hit the ceiling. It looked like he was aiming for the ceiling with the way his car was pointed, but perfectly to the backboard. Car off the ceiling, gets the reset off of the ceiling, jumps down off of the ceiling and uses his flip to fire the ball into the net. Absolutely gorgeous plays from Noly there. And we do have another replay as well, so we're going to go over and watch that now. Almost did it again. I need to try and show the scoreboard more, so here's the scoreboard. Noly, 810 points, 4 goals, 6 shots, a good return of goals there. Next replay, on board with Noly, of course. This time he has Candy on his team. So a little bit of a different lobby here. And Noly failing a wave dash off of the rip, trying to warm himself up. Maybe it's his first game on. I'm sure he will get straight into this game. Looking for the boost there. It does spawn eventually. And now let's see what he can do here. Allowing his teammate to make the challenge first. His teammate will come away with the ball. Just making sure, is he on? Yeah, he is on NA servers here. Dunk from Noly, not quite going in, not quite finding its way through. I feel like what Noly does as well, without people realizing, that's a really good. Actually, that's perfect timing, because I was about to say, I feel like what Noly does as well, his positioning. He always seems to be making some sort of play, whether it's off of the ball or on the ball. They do concede there at the kickoff. I feel like, yeah, he's always just ready, you know? A bit like that first goal, his teammate wins a 50, and Noly's there. He is there, ready and waiting to take that ball and score in the open net. That's something else he does really well. Good, a pinch attempt. It's going to go over, though. Good power, not quite with the accuracy. But yeah, Noly always looking to do something. He's always trying to make something out of nothing, which is a good thing. You know, it's good vision. It's good to have vision like that. He's trying not to waste his plays, you know, everything he does. He's trying to make a use out of it. Good play there, good fake on the first man, but he does return and eventually get the block on Noly before he can get the shot off. Still 1-0 in this game. A minute and 20 played. Candy's going to challenge here. Noly now going to go to his backboard and wait for the play to happen. Again, not panicking. Very, very relaxed play style from Noly. Never panics. He allows the opposition to make their play, and when they're done making their play, when he knows they can't score, he's just going to swoop in, take the ball away, then try and make a play of his own, but be a lot more efficient than the opposition, usually. Good outplay by both around both players from Noly. Picks up the corner boost in the opposition half, looking for a pass down to his teammate. It's a perfect pass into the open net for Candy. Doesn't need to get any power behind it as long as it's on target. That's going in all day long. I'm not sure where the second man went. I think Noly just took them both out of the game completely with that pass. Again, unselfish plays from Noly as always. And we're probably going to see more of that as well. 2 minutes passed in this game. Noly getting a touch on the ball here, cutting in the middle to allow his teammate to respawn, which he does so. And now he's going to return back to his corner and get some boost, but it is an open net. It's a good demo from Candy off the ball, or on the ball I should say. And yeah, the second man on the orange team not ready for that, not able to get back in time to save that one. Good demo from Noly this time after the kickoff, and now it's going to be a 2v1. It's actually a good pass to Candy. I think Noly wanted the return pass from Candy there, was pre-jumping him, but it didn't come through. Almost halfway through this game now. 3-1, like I said, to Noly and his teammate. Good touch from Noly and a good 50 again to allow his teammate to move in and make a play. And there it is. It's that simple. Candy with a nice double tap, but Noly enabling him to do that with a really good 50 on the sidewall. Something that he does so well in his game. He's proven everything I said, and I, hand on heart, promise I have not watched these replays. I knew the score to the replays before I watched them, but I hadn't physically watched them. I don't know how these replays panned out, you know. And that's an absolute promise from me as well. So yeah, he's just proving what I said in the first replay, enabling his teammate over and over again. He's trying to practice the little, I'm not sure what we're calling it. Is it the donkey dash? I have no idea. I've seen a few names for it. I've seen Appjack doing it a lot. Probably the zap dash actually, because it's kind of a Zapatos thing that he kind of started, and now people have evaluated a little bit on it. It looks like he's trying to practice that. That's why he's failing his wave dashes a little bit. Doesn't matter though, because he's 5-1 up, so it's good practice. He can do it. And to be honest, he hasn't even messed it up really. Well, he has a little bit, but he's not conceded off of it, so it doesn't really matter. 1 minute and 50 in this game. Good challenge from Noly. Not quite connecting with the shot, but it turned out to be a good fake for Candy. I don't know if he was intentionally missing that there from Noly, but either way, even when he did miss the ball, it ended up being a good fake and a good setup. They might concede here. Nope, Noly is going to get back and save it off of the crossbar. And now he's going to wait for the boost. Enables his teammate to move in with that touch. And now he's just going to take his time in, make sure he's behind the ball. He's got a flip, fakes the opposition, doesn't need to use the flip anyway. Enables his teammate to get back and get some boost and regroup. Noly again, not diving in, not rushing. Fantastic pre-jump save there. Could see the shot coming in. Perfectly read it. Now he's just going to pick up some pads here. Try and keep himself in the game. Teammate gets demoed, so Noly knows he's got to make a move on the ball just to give his teammate to get back in the game. And look at that. Smothers the ball, allows his teammate to respawn. That actually was an open net there momentarily, but Candy did miss the ball. I think he got faked. But Noly just smothered the ball, allowed his teammate to respawn back up. Really good plays. He didn't dive in. You don't want to dive in when your teammate's demoed. But if you're in the position to stay in front of the ball and not let the opposition pass, that's your best play in that moment. You don't want to back off and be in a 2v1 because you're probably going to get demoed, bumped, something's going to happen, right? So Noly there, showing you a little lesson. Tries to go for the pass there, but he doesn't have the boost to reach his teammate properly, who was pre-jumping. Noly now pre-jumping and gets a good block, a good 50, lays it off to his teammate again, and almost getting a bump there as well, not quite. Noly just check and see where his teammate is. Doesn't need him. It's a really good shot once again, and it comes off the frame of the goal for the 6th goal of this game. And I believe, yeah, Noly's 2nd goal. So not as many goals in this game, but really, really good work to enable his teammate to get the 4 goals that he did. Simple as that. Noly putting in a shift off and on the ball, proving what I said in the first replay about him. Just really good plays all round, and I think he is massively underappreciated. And when I say underappreciated, I don't mean by his teammates. His teammates know how important Noly is, right? They know that. They're not silly. They don't underappreciate him at all. It's just some people on your social medias that you just got to ignore at the end of the day. But if he is receiving a lot of stick, a lot of hate, or whatever you want to call it, then it's out of order. I don't know why any player should be receiving that, but a player at Noly's level who hasn't really done anything wrong at all should definitely not be receiving that. So yeah, I've bigged Noly up in this video because he deserves it. in my opinion. He's a really good player, and these two replays alone, yes, they're just casual rank matches, but it just proves how much work he does do and how smart he is as well on and off the ball. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like if you haven't done so already, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do consider doing so. I would really appreciate that if you can. If you are still here watching right now, I really appreciate it. To the returning viewers, you're very much appreciated as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all very soon.